Hi, everybody. I'm Hazel. I'm the other half of Eva's Echo, and you're very welcome to this month's blog post. In light of the recent uncertainty about the drama classes coming back for September, I'm going to be doing a follow-up blog from last month's blog that Rena did, except I'm emphasising why the kids need to get back to their theatre classes. Now, don't want to be disregarding like the sports or sports organisations, but the thing is that not every child has the athletic ability or has the interest to take up sports that might be available in their locality, or they just may not have an interest in sports at all. For many, theatre is the equivalent of what these sporting organisations offer in terms of the sense of community and sense of belonging and any of the other points that I'm going to bring up later on. I'm just going to put it this way. Youth theatre, as a theatre kid for myself, was my sport. Centre Stage Youth Theatre was my club. Rehearsals were my training sessions. And the other theatre kids that went there were my teammates. And seeing what's going on now, I feel so blessed to have had my time in youth theatre go uninterrupted. And I know that sporting organisations have been out of action as well. I do not deny that. And they've been hit by, everything that's going on, but I don't deny that. But just the fact that just the theatre in our classes, they've been out of action for 17 months now. And just what doesn't make sense to me is seeing that people that can go into shopping centres or pubs, or that 30 kids can be in a classroom in a school, yet a group of 10 teenagers in a pod can't go to a drama class in a controlled and a monitored environment. It just does not make any sense to me. I remember every Friday when I was in secondary school, I'd be looking at the clock just for it to hit 3:30. I'd be so delighted. I'd be thinking, yes, drama classes tomorrow. Can't wait. Youth theatre was my outlet. It was my safe and happy space. It was where I could let out any frustrations or worries that was going on in secondary school. It was where I could forget about that stressful French class during the week, or I could take a break from studying for the upcoming science test or something like that. And that's the thing, everybody needs their own outlet, for them to self-regulate and for them to mind their mental health, especially at such a young age as well, when they're still coming to terms with, their feelings and emotions and going through changes. And the arts do that. And to tell you the truth, there have been many times when I'd come home from the drama classes, I'd feel so energized and refreshed, but worn out from all the exercises we were doing, even more so from any of the PE classes that I took in secondary school. During your childhood and your teens is such an important time for self-discovery and exploration of the world around you. And whether that be trying out different music and different types of fashion, or viewing the world a bit differently than what you're used to. I know that this happens in school and for some in their neighbourhood, but that's not always an option for everybody. let's put it this way, there could be somebody who is like a child living out in the countryside who's not within walking distance from town, or there's no bus that's going out their way, and they don't have anybody their own age to talk to in their area, and for maybe they don't get on so well with their peers in their school. Another example would be a child who may not be in a safe living area, and there's, could be problems going on around there at home, and they don't have anywhere safe to go within their locality, and they could be ridiculed in school for simply for where they're living. And the thing is, the more people that you meet, the more that you learn about the world. That is true for theatre too. The more characters and scenarios that you explore, the more viewpoints and situations you understand, and then you develop more empathy, which, is very important at that age as well. Follow up from the last point there. Arts groups and theatre groups are an opportunity to meet different people from different areas from you, or school, or even in some cases different genders. Like, I went to an all girls school, but thankfully I had my youth theatre classes, so I had the opportunity to, meet lads like my own age, or not in a romantic way or anything, but in general. And if I didn't have that interaction, I probably would have found it harder to talk to lads when I went off to college. I know that sounds ridiculous to say, but that was just my experience of it. Like, the thing is that in workplaces as well, there's only a select few sectors that like have just a one gender in the workplace. Like, it's becoming very rare now, but yeah, so what's the point of, like, just the all gender schools now is just, it's just way outdated. Okay, well, that's another story. Been saying that as well, youth theatre was where I first fell in love. Also where I developed an idea of what things that I wanted in a partner and what I didn't want as well. Warm-ups, spatial awareness, thinking on your feet, language skills, technology, problem solving, planning, active communication, time management, collaboration, and public speaking. They're all useful and transferable skills that you learn in youth theatre, and they come into play in the workplace and in life in general. So, in case you haven't noticed, I really, really, really believe that theatre classes need to come back for our young people. Like, our kids need them. Like, throughout this whole thing, like, I've been seeing young people just hanging around and having nothing to do, and it's just making me feel so sad. I feel so sorry for them. And then on the news this week during the protests, I saw two little girls actually from Athlone. They were talking about how much they missed their classes and they missed their friends. And one of the poor things, they just burst into tears, and it was just not nice seeing that. And it's really not nice seeing that, because I understand how they feel, like, to have their safe and creative space taken away from them is just no. Like, it's their safe space, it's their vocation and their passion, and for a few as well, like, it's their career path. They're preparing for when they're going off to college for, these are our future performers, our future playwrights, presenters. They need their classes back. that you enjoyed this month's blog. Let me know what you think about the whole thing in the comments below. And don't forget to check out our written blog on evasecho.com and check out all of our socials as well. Thanks, guys.